The Frontier is a simple, no-nonsense pickup truck, but no matter how much we all like its straightforward design, less isn't always more. This pickup brings way too many compromises to be considered an excellent choice. Stay with us and find out 7 reasons why it's best not to buy a Nissan Frontier. Number 7. Outdated driving experience. Despite receiving a redesign recently, the Frontier is hiding a surprising secret. It's still riding on the same basic F-Alpha platform that dates back to 2005. It's almost 2 decades of the same fundamental architecture underneath its fresh sheet metal. This outdated foundation significantly impacts how the truck feels on the road. The steering feels vague with minimal feedback, making it difficult to place the truck precisely where you want it. Drive over any uneven surface and you'll immediately notice the bouncy ride quality, especially with an empty bed. Those old-school leaf springs in the rear might be great for durability, but they're terrible for comfort. Add to this an awkward driving position and limited steering column adjustability, and you've got a truck that feels noticeably behind the times. While competitors have evolved their driving dynamics to feel more car-like and refined, the Frontier remains stubbornly truck-like in all the wrong ways. Take a test drive in the Toyota Tacoma or a Ford Ranger right after trying the Frontier, and you'll immediately notice how much more planted and composed these competitors feel around corners and over rough pavement. Number 6. Cramped passenger space. Looking for a truck that can comfortably transport your family or friends? The Frontier might not be your best choice. While it does offer both extended cab and crew cab configurations, neither provides the spacious rear accommodations you'll find in most competitors. The crew cab model, which should be the more passenger-friendly option, offers significantly less rear legroom than rivals like the Chevrolet Colorado or Ford Ranger. Adults sitting in the back will find their knees uncomfortably close to the front seat backs, and headroom is similarly tight for taller passengers. This limitation becomes particularly apparent on longer trips, where rear seat passengers will be counting down the minutes until they can stretch their legs. If you regularly need to transport more than 2 people in comfort, there are simply better options in the midsize truck segment. The issue stems from the Frontier's unchanged dimensions over the years. While most competitors have grown larger with each generation to accommodate passengers better, the Frontier's cabin feels frozen in time. Even items like rear seat USB ports, now standard on most competitors, are missing on lower Frontier trims, making it clear that backseat passengers weren't a priority in the design process. For families or those who frequently travel with friends, these limitations could quickly turn from minor annoyances into major regrets. After all, a cramped back seat doesn't get more spacious with time. It remains a permanent limitation of the vehicle. Number 5. Thirsty V6 engine. One of the Frontier's selling points is its standard 3.8-liter V6 engine that produces a healthy 310 horsepower. On paper, that sounds impressive, especially considering many competitors will make you pay extra to upgrade from their base engines. However, this power comes at a cost: fuel economy. The best you could expect is around 18 mpg city and 23 mpg highway with rear-wheel drive. Opt for 4-wheel drive and those numbers drop even lower. In an era of rising fuel prices, this inefficiency adds up quickly. Meanwhile, competitors with modern turbocharged 4-cylinder engines achieve better real-world efficiency while delivering comparable or better torque where it matters most, at low RPMs. The Toyota Tacoma's new hybrid powertrain absolutely shames the Frontier in this department, delivering better performance and fuel economy simultaneously. To put this in perspective, over a typical 15,000-mile year of driving, a Frontier owner might spend $500 to $700 more on fuel than someone driving a more efficient competitor. Over a 5-year ownership period, that's potentially thousands of dollars in additional costs, enough to make a significant difference in the true cost of ownership. For a daily driver that occasionally needs truck capability, the Frontier's fuel bills might leave you with serious buyer's remorse. The V6 is undeniably smooth and sounds great under heavy acceleration, but that satisfaction fades quickly when you're stopping to refuel more frequently than your friends with competing trucks. In today's market, power without efficiency is increasingly difficult to justify. Number 4. Limited safety features. Modern vehicles, even trucks, are expected to come with a comprehensive suite of safety technologies. The Frontier, however, takes a minimalist approach that feels out of step with current expectations. The only advanced safety feature that comes standard is automatic emergency braking. Everything else, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, and adaptive cruise control, requires additional packages or higher trim levels. This approach forces buyers to spend significantly more to get safety features that come standard on many competing trucks. What's more concerning is the Frontier's crash test performance. It only earned a 4-star overall rating from the NHTSA with a disappointing 3-star rating in the rollover evaluation. This subpar safety performance stems directly from its aging platform and puts it behind most competitors in crash protection. For families especially, these safety limitations could be deal breakers. Parents driving newer, more safety-focused vehicles from other manufacturers might be uncomfortable downgrading to a truck with fewer protective features, and in an accident, those missing safety technologies or the less robust crash structure could make a meaningful difference in outcomes, something no one wants to discover the hard way. Number 3. Poor ergonomics. Pickup trucks should be functional above all else, but the Frontier's interior layout suggests Nissan didn't prioritize user-friendly design. Despite the recent redesign, many controls are awkwardly placed, creating daily frustrations for owners. Some buttons are positioned by the driver's left knee, requiring you to look away from the road and reach down to operate them. The instrument cluster features a digital display between analog gauges that appears cluttered and difficult to read at a glance. The steering wheel, a component you interact with constantly, has poorly positioned buttons that are challenging to reach without adjusting your grip. Even the infotainment system, while updated with newer technology, is surrounded by piano black trim that quickly collects fingerprints and scratches, making the interior look worn prematurely. These might seem like minor complaints individually, but they combine to create a user experience that feels unrefined compared to more thoughtfully designed competitors. Considering you'll interact with these controls every single time you drive, their awkward placement or unclear labeling becomes a constant irritation rather than a one-time annoyance. The storage solutions inside the cabin also feel less clever than what you'll find in rivals. Cup holders are awkwardly sized, center console space is limited, and underseat storage options aren't as well executed as in competing trucks. For a vehicle class that prides itself on practicality, these oversights stand out as particularly disappointing. Number 2. Limited off-road capability. If weekend adventures are your thing, the Frontier's off-road credentials might initially seem impressive. The Pro 4X trim comes with Bilstein shocks, all-terrain tires, a locking rear differential, and skid plates. However, when compared to purpose-built off-roaders from competitors, the Frontier quickly reveals its limitations. The truck's higher center of gravity and dated suspension design result in less articulation and stability on challenging terrain than specialized models like the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro or Chevy Colorado ZR2. Its approach and departure angles are less favorable than those offered by dedicated off-road trucks, leading to more scrapes and close calls on trails. Nissan does offer a Forsberg Edition package that substantially improves off-road capability, but at an eye-watering $9,999 premium. That's nearly the price difference between a base Frontier and a more capable off-road competitor. For enthusiasts who want genuine off-road performance without breaking the bank, the Frontier becomes a hard sell compared to more trail-ready alternatives. The technological side of off-roading is another area where the Frontier falls behind. Modern trail-focused trucks offer advanced terrain management systems with specific modes for different conditions, along with 360-degree camera systems for obstacle visualization and trail control features that act like low-speed cruise control for different sections. The Frontier's more basic approach requires more driver skill to achieve the same results, which might be appealing to purists but frustrating for those who want the best performance possible. Number 1. No powertrain options. In today's automotive market, flexibility and choices matter, especially when making a significant purchase like a pickup truck. Yet, the Frontier offers just one powertrain, the 3.8-liter V6 paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. While this V6 is smooth and powerful, the lack of alternatives forces every buyer into the same configuration regardless of their needs. Want better fuel economy? You're out of luck. Need a more affordable entry-level model with a smaller engine? Not happening. Interested in hybrid technology for better efficiency? You'll need to look elsewhere. This one-size-fits-all approach stands in stark contrast to competitors that offer multiple engine choices. The Toyota Tacoma, for example, offers turbocharged 4-cylinder engines in different power outputs plus a highly efficient hybrid option. The Ford Ranger provides turbocharged options with different power levels, both with 4 and 6 cylinders. This lack of powertrain diversity isn't just about missing out on options. It directly impacts the truck's starting price, keeping it higher than it could be with a more basic engine option available. For buyers who don't need 310 horsepower but could benefit from better efficiency or a lower purchase price, the Frontier single powertrain strategy represents perhaps its biggest drawback. But many other rivals are also far from perfect. Check out this video about the 8 reasons why it's best not to buy the Chevy Colorado, which you can see on the screen now. This truck also comes with a solid portion of drawbacks. Thanks for watching and see you next time.